In the Ducky Dune assignment, we're going to take Ducky and we're going to bury him in a sand dune. And we're going to do this by use of a concept called sandwiching. Sandwiching is the principle of taking, just like a sandwich is two pieces of like bread with good stuff in the middle. The principle of sandwiching in Photoshop basically says that you're going to take a background and you're going to duplicate it and you're going to put it at the top and you're going to put the good stuff in between. And you're going to cut it out in such a way that it looks like it's integrated into the picture. So first I'm going to go to Ducky. I'm going to unlock the background. I'm going to use my magic wand and select. I'm going to tap my delete key, select deselect, move Ducky over to the sand dune, drop him in place. So now I have a cleanly selected Ducky on the same image as the sand dune. Notice the Ducky is above the sand dune. I'm going to unlock the background layer, double click, click OK, then right click duplicate layer. So there's my duplicated layer. Before I do anything else, I'm going to resize Ducky, edit, transform, scale. Hold down my shift key so that I maintain aspect ratio. Resize down to where I want him to be, about. Let go of the mouse before you let go of the shift key and press enter to commit the change. Move Ducky into approximate position. I'm going to bury him in the sand about here. Now let's talk about the art of burying him. So if I'm going to bury Ducky in the sand, if I'm going to make this look real, I have to account for the slope of the sand. If Ducky were actually buried, and this is a rolling sand dune, what would the line of where Ducky is buried look like? Well, I'm going to use my eraser tool. I'm going to use a bit smaller brush. And yes, I do want 100% hard edge on this. And the sand is kind of sweeping down this way. So the pit that I'm going to create for Ducky is going to kind of follow the same pattern. So that's going to be the pit where I'm going to put Ducky. Let me turn Ducky back on, move him underneath, and there's my sandwiching principle. There's my top layer, there's my bottom layer. Move tool, make sure I'm on the Ducky layer, put Ducky, and remember this bottom right edge, this is the important edge as I bury him in the sand. Position him so he looks about right. And if I ended up needing it up here, then I can always come back to this upper layer, use my eraser tool, and erase more off the top. Because remember, my critical edge is this. This is the edge that's going to fool people. And because this is the sandwiching principle, here is my top piece, here's my bottom piece, and there's Ducky put in between. And the concept of sandwiching simply says that if I take something that's complete, I duplicate it, and I punch holes in this, the pixels of this layer and the pixels of this layer are exactly the same. They perfectly align. So even though I'm punching holes to allow things to be seen through, my bottom layer will provide the rest of the background around my integrated image. So when I turn back on the image, Ducky is buried in the sand. Now he looks a little fake. I need to reposition Ducky a little bit. So move him so he looks a bit more buried in the sand. And there is the Ducky Dune assignment.